Anyway, here we are, Memorial Day weekend, and I started the show off there with some Mr. Big featuring our good friend Eric Martin on lead vocal.
Right.
And then our good friend Don Dokken with something from a solo release, Up From the Ashes from 1990.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's going to be an acoustic show with Don, Jack Russell of Great White, Eric Martin of Mr. Big, and Kip Winger of the band Winger.
Okay.
And they're doing an acoustic show in September in a place called Beaver Dam, Kentucky, of all places.
Beaver Dam, Kentucky.
Beaver Dam, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Well, which I had to laugh about that because, I mean, I know where it is because when I used to drive a truck way back in the early part of the 90s, I used to live in Louisville, Kentucky.
Sure.
And this Beaver Dam is kind of, down in the kind of the central part of Kentucky, going down toward Paducah, toward Louisville, down that way. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, what promoter all of a sudden decided that they wanted 4 frontmen from, prominent 80s bands to come down there and do an acoustic show?
So it's a one-off? It's not like part of a tour?
I don't think it's a tour. I think it's just a one-off.
It's got to be some 80s metal guy that just can't afford any of them by themselves.
Yeah.
So he's just, one of these promoter guys that we constantly read about going broke. That's going to be like, I'm just going to get 4 of my favorites, and they're all going to come into my place here at the Boot Scoot.
Right.
What's the name of the place?
Right. Let me find it here. It's the Beaver Dam Amphitheater.
Oh, the Beaver Dam Amphitheater. Built actual beavers.
It announces a big rock show.
Oh, my God.
A big rock show.
A big one.
Yeah. Beaver Dam Amphitheater has announced a new rock concert, the Big Dam Acoustic Rock Show.
Oh, boy.
Is coming on Saturday, September 7th in 2019.
Oh, my goodness.
Some amazing lead vocalists will take the stage for one big show.
Big, giant, huge.
Right. Well, for that area, this is huge.
It probably is.
Don Dokken of Dokken, Kip Winger of Winger, Jack Russell of Jack Russell's Great White, and Eric Martin of Mr. Big will perform all the hits we know and love.
All of them.
All of them.
It's going to be a long night.
Yes.
I know a lot of hits.
Heath Eric with Beaver Dam Amphitheater stated, "We wanted to add something a little different this year and do something special."
Yeah, we did, buddy. We wanted something very special down here at the Beaver Dam Amphitheater.
We're bringing in these 4 iconic rock singers, and each will perform a full acoustic set. Some will perform with accompaniments.
Oh, good.
However, make no mistake, this night will indeed rock.
It's going to be a big one here for Beaver Dam. Let me just tell you. I'm going to be right there singing along with Eric Martin just to be the next to be with you.
Exactly. Fans will get to experience all the hits like never before and get up and close and personal with Don, Kip, Jack, and Eric.
Wow. And a free straw hat if you buy your tickets now.
Right. This is going to be a super cool night at the Dam with these 4 artists at a very affordable ticket price.
Spittoons at the end of every aisle for you tobacco chewers. What the hell?
So you want to hear the pricing?
Oh, I got to hear this. $5?
Well, no. Gold Circle with meet and greet.
Ooh.
What's that worth?
$600.
There's only 100 of them.
600.
No. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
$100.
Nope.
More or less?
Less.
Less than $100?
Yes.
$50.
Yep. $49.50.
All right. Now, and you get to meet the bands or the guys?
Gold Circle with meet and greet.
So does that include your ticket?
That's your Gold Circle seating with meet and greet for $49.50.
All right. So I'm going to officially stop fucking with this guy and applaud him. Bravo. Not fucking the fans. $50 to meet your rock star guys, even if they don't play, is fair.
Right.
That's a fair price.
Yeah.
All right. Good for him.
Gold Circle with no meet and greet,
Okay.
$39.50.
All right, that's not terrible either.
So it's $10 to meet 4 dudes.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
That's $2.50 a piece.
Yeah. I'm sure Don's going to hate that.
VIP lower arena and pit,
Mm-hmm.
$29.50.
So that's just like closer seating.
Lower arena. That's not, that's not in the upper nosebleed section, wherever that is. Now, mind you, this is an outdoor, like a Blossom place.
They have a place like that for.
Oh, I'm not saying it's as big. I'm just saying it's a similar setup where it's an outdoor thing.
I gotta know who else plays there. Do you have the rest of their concerts?
Well, I can see. Then general admission, that is upper lawn.
Yeah.
$19.50.
All right. Those prices are damn reasonable.
Well, this is Kentucky.
I wish I lived a little closer to Beaver Crack or whatever this place is
called. Beaver Dam, Kentucky.
Beaver Dam, I'd go to that for $50.
I'm actually considering going.
I was gonna say that. Well, you wouldn't have to pay anyway, but that's a reasonable price there. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's real good.
Even Nathan from Kentucky can afford those prices.
He's not that far away.
Oh, he'll be there. I got my pad and my paper for the Times. I'm going to cover this event.
Right. So, yeah. So anyway, I've been texting with Mr. Dawkin yesterday and today.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the set list, and it's like, okay, dude, if you're going to do this, why don't you just do something different? Break out one song from Up From the Ashes.
Yeah, anything.
Just one song.
Yeah, let's have some Give It Up acoustic or something.
Yeah. So he said, well, I think I will. I'm considering playing Stay, which is why
it's a good one.
Which is why I opened the show with it.
Dude, any of those songs would be good. Just because it's not the same old tired songs.
Right.
I mean, does it, as much as I like In My Dreams, I don't really need to hear it acoustic. Do you?
No, not at all.
Yeah. I'd much rather hear Up From the Ashes or Stay or Give It Up or any of those songs.
Right.
So
you were asking about other bands?
Yeah, there's got to be some big names.
Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
Of course.
They are out on their, 50th anniversary tour or something like that?
They are.
I think they are.
Mm-hmm.
Another one, John Prine.
John Prine.
Yeah, John Prine.
Wow. All right, so they have like some known notoriety acts.
They do. They have a few names out there.
Yeah, I mean it's not the Beaver Falls, blues band or something. Nope. Okay.
Let's see here. 80s rock bands coming to the Beaver Dam Amphitheater.
All right.
Shows a video. Let me see.
It's Firehouse.
Could be.
Probably is.
I don't know. Let's see here. Skid Row.
Oh, well. Now we're talking.
Great White. The other one, the Mark Kendall Great White.
Mm.
Vixen.
Oh, so this place has regular shows.
Yeah, well, this is called the 80s Rock The Dam Fest, featuring Skid Row, Great White, Vixen.
It's that damn fest, god damn it.
Right. So here's their prices for the whole fest with the actual bands.
Okay.
We've got Skid Row,
mm-hmm.
Great White, the Mark Kendall version.
Right.
And Vixen. So
$100.
Not even.
Really?
Nope.
God, I need to move there.
At the Gold Circle with the meet and greet,
mm-hmm.
$89.50.
See, that's all reason. Why can't these other fucking promoters learn from this?
Because they're not in a city.
Yeah, but still, you would think that they would charge more because people are so unused to getting anything of talent there.
Yeah, but these are blue collar people that work out in fuck Egypt.
Yeah. And maybe promoters are starting to learn, because I know I bought a couple of Queensryche tickets this week because they're playing at the MGM.
Okay.
And they really were pretty reasonable. They were $50 a ticket.
Okay.
for Queensryche. That's pretty reasonable.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's not awful. And they're sixth row. They're not. It's not like they're shit seats. They're in the sixth row for $50. So, you know, I thought that was fairly reasonable, and that's why I bought them, because it was reasonable and it wasn't so bad that I felt the need to make a phone call to say, "Can you get me on the list with a +1?" You know. So, yeah, maybe some of these promoters for some of these shows are finally getting their head out of their ass.
Right.
Because that's reasonable, $80.
Yeah, $89.50. That's with the meet and greet.
Yeah, that's not bad.
VIP section $45.50.
Again, not bad.
And general admission $35.50.
Mm-hmm. See, that's payable, don't you think?
Yes, very much so.
You know, that's within the scope of what I think I'd be willing to spend.
Okay.
So
then we've got Martina McBride.
300 here at the Beaver.
But that's another name act coming in.
Right.
Charlie Daniels Band.
All right.
Yeah, so they're getting some talent down there.
They got some.
Yeah.
Obviously a country influenced place, as
of course.
I guess that's not a big surprise.
No, not at all. But that's what you get going on there.
Where will you stay? The Beaver Dam Inn?
I'll be staying at the Dam Inn.
Nice.
And all of this brought to you by WBKR 92.5.
The Beaver.
No, the country station.
Oh boy, they really went all out thinking about that one, huh?
Yeah, the original country station.
You're listening to WBVR, the country station, the original, not one of them fake ones. This is the original country station right here in Beaver Dam.
Exactly.
Now here's some mandatory Merle.
Yeah. So there you are. WBKR.
Right. Is that Saturday?
Yes, it is.
So you're road tripping.
Yeah. It's September 7th.
All right. Well, look at that. A road trip for Neely to see Dokken. How unusual.
Yeah. Go talk to Eric Martin.
Yeah, well, that'll be good.
He'll stand there and talk your ear off.
Now, you got to get your phone out and actually get some of these guys?
If I remember, I'll do it.
Oh, I'm going to remind you to death. I'm going to remind you to death, because now I want video. Now I don't even want you to do Spreaker. I want you to do video. Put a video in their face.
We'll do that. Video. Well, now that we do have that video capability.
Yeah, get us some video stuff.
Yeah.
Take whatever girl you decide to be dating at the time and have her hold the iPad.
Exactly.
Oh man.
So you want to hear what the Trunkster has to say about all this?
Oh, Eddie chimed in?
Yeah, Eddie chimed in, the Shriller himself.
This is bullshit, man. This is bullshit.
The Shriller himself has chimed in.
Oh, I got to hear what Ed has to say, because he's the ambassador of all things Kiss.
Yeah, of course he is. I had the exclusive interview with Vinny at the Kiss convention.
Everybody else scared him away after I lured him out of retirement.
Even though I am known as the most dangerous DJ on the radio.
Right.
I got the exclusive interview with Vinnie Vincent.
Yeah, not those other guys. It was me. Vinny sat down with me in Atlanta. Me.
Nobody else.
Not anybody else but me.
Right.
Edward Trunk.
Exactly. All right, here we go.
All right.
All right. A couple quick things here for me before Nita comes in. This is funny. It's actually so crazy. It's funny. So I'm flying back from Florida, Alabama/Florida on Saturday.
Alabama/Florida.
Alabama, Florida.
Okay.
I like how he thinks that his travel arrangements are a good part of this story.
Well, I want to let you know that I'm worldwide. When
I was traveling, word got back to me.
Yeah.
About Vinnie Vincent.
I was in the cockpit, and they felt it's so important that they made a radio transmission to get a message to me, Eddie Trunk.
The pilot put the plane on autopilot for a minute to come and tell me this breaking Vinnie Vincent news.
Eddie, there's a message for you up in the cockpit. Flight control has got a message for you. Can you step up front and get the message?
Atlanta, tell Eddie Trunk that Vinnie Vincent is canceled.
This radio transmission comes from Atlanta via Charlotte to Eddie Trunk, airbound in going to New York.
Yeah. Look on the message. It says, "Beware of hijackers and tell Eddie about Vinnie Vincent."
Right, it does.
So I had a couple podcasts loaded into my phone. One is with Canadian.
The Classic Metal Show?
No, you know that ain't in his phone.
A podcaster, journalist named Mitch LaFon. Mitch did an interview with Vinnie Vincent recently for his podcast. Vinnie was promoting this thing called Speedball Jam, which was going to take place in Nashville at SIR. So we all know that, you know, I did that first interview with Vinnie around.
I did that first interview. We all know that. Why did we all know that, Ed? Why do we all know that?
So does that make like Mark Strigel's interview and Mitch's interview less good because it wasn't first?
Yeah, it does.
Is that how that works? Those guys did.
Do you know the second man to walk on the moon?
Well, good point, I guess.
No, you don't, do you?
No, it makes those guys all Buzz Aldrin or whoever.
Yeah. You pale in comparison, sir.
That's right. All right, continue with Neil Armstrong's quote here.
On the Atlanta Kiss Expo, we had a nice 20-minute chat. That's all we had time for. And Vinnie began to start to gradually make a sort of comeback in his career.
And how did he do that, Ed? What kind of a sort of comeback did he make?
Well, first and foremost, he did talk to me, so that put him on this level.
That was the springboard.
Yeah. Once he talked to me, all of the world was looking.
The whole world is watching. The whole world is watching.
You know, nobody was paying any attention to Vinnie Vincent before he spoke to me on my show. On my show, damn it. What's wrong with him?
I don't know, man. It's bizarre.
You know, and I like Ed. I always say I do like Eddie, but dude, just get off it. We get it. You know what? Anybody that is the main corporate guy in a music that doesn't really have any corporate guys, that makes you first. You know what? That's like being the head wheel greaser at the Special Olympics. It's
right.
Not exactly, it's not exactly you're ahead of a bunch of podcast guys, including us. Fair enough. But Jesus Christ, dude, do you have to pound that message home every fucking time you open your mouth?
He does.
I mean, Jesus, dude, we get it. You're fucking the special great Eddie Trunk.
Of course.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you need to get it, Chris.
Well, believe me, there's no way I cannot get it every time he talks. Well, and I'm fine with him promoting his own gig. That's fine. But it's obnoxious. He's literally, I appreciate what Eddie has done. I'll say that without any reservation. I very much appreciate what he's done. But now he's obnoxious about it. Like everybody pales in comparison to him. And guess what, dude? Vinnie Vincent would have been just fine had he not spoken to you.
Right.
And you know what? Your plane would have still landed in New Jersey had you not gotten this special message about Vinnie Vincent. We didn't need your flight itinerary.
Right.
Just tell the fucking story. Vinnie canceled. Got it. It had nothing to do with you, man. Holy smokes.
This is really a
The whole world is watching.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, getting back to Edward.
All right.
Comeback meaning he's done a bunch of paid signing shows, which a ton of people do, where you charge for autographs and photos. And yes, although all of these people will tell you that they do those shows because they're wonderful to meet the fans, let's be honest, it is also about making money. That's why you're charging to take the photos and signatures. Everyone does it. I'm not judging it, but let's call it what it is. It is a money-making opportunity. So that's predominantly what Vinny has done, outside of a couple very small other things, ever since he kind of came out of hiding. So I'm listening to this podcast, which
I hear a little shrill going on.
I'm listening to this podcast.
I hear the shrill machine starting to wind up like a turbocharger.
It's boiling in his gut, just getting ready to explode.
It is.
which was done the late April, I believe. And they're pushing this event, which holds 60 people cap. And I'm like, that seems kind of weird that you've got to even push that hard to sell 60 tickets, because you would think that'll sell out in 2 seconds flat. Now, everyone knows, unfortunately, Vinny has had a history of canceling things and not showing up for things and having cancellation issues in his history. Mm-hmm. So during this podcast, Vinny is like more or less berating the idea that he would cancel this thing. Oh, of course, you know, all the haters saying this is not going to happen and this is going to get canceled. They're crazy. They're not a chance. You know, so I'm listening to this, and Mitch, the interviewer, is, yeah, of course it's not going to cancel Vinny. They're all, you know, saying like it's outrageous to think, given the history, that.
All right, I hear the shrilling.
Given the history of this,
the shrilling is kicking in.
Is he throwing Mitch under the bus for softballing?
I don't know.
That's what it sounds like, doesn't he? Because he said that Mitch is going, oh, it's crazy that people would say that.
Crazy people would say that. They're just a bunch of haters, Vinny.
Yeah, not that Mitch is.
We know you're a stand-up chick.
Exactly.
This could cancel too. So I'm listening to the interview, which was very little about Kiss even. It was about things he did before Kiss. So that was somewhat interesting. So I'm listening to this, and I'm listening, and they're saying the event is like June 7th or something. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, this, I guess they're right. This thing is actually going to happen. Because here we are towards the end of May. It's a couple weeks away. I finish the podcast.
Uh-oh. The shrill is coming into high gear.
He's like that guy trying to drive an extra 20 miles without taking a shit when he really needs to.
Right.
It's just percolating in his stomach, ready to explode.
Here we go. I backed it up just to tear so we could hear the shrill.
All right.
They're right. This thing is actually going to happen. Because here we are towards the end of May. It's a couple weeks away. I finish the podcast. The plane lands. I turn the phone back on, and the first email that comes in is from a promoter that tells me the thing was canceled.
So they contacted Eddie immediately?
Eddie, guess what?
That was their first thought. I got to tell Ed about this.
Where's my phone?
Yeah, hurry up.
Ed, my God, you won't believe this.
That's the first thing that popped through?
Tell your fans that you are the exclusive of canceling the Vinny show. What the? Come on, Ed. I didn't even get my bags and I figured it out.
I just hit the tarmac, turned my phone on. That's the first thing that jumped out at me. Vinny Vincent is canceled again.
I wasn't even back to the gate yet. And I stopped at the gate and there was a person working at the desk. And I said, hey, is this Vinnie Vincent news true?
They said, yes, Ed. I'm afraid it is.
Yeah.
I knew it. I can't do it.
What different is it? Is it offensive?
Well, let's find out.
All right.
Now, are you a fan of the Smiths at all?
Not even a little. I hate that shit.
Me too. And I don't get the whole Morrissey thing. He's big.
Yeah, he's big. I don't get it.
He sells arenas and shit, but I just don't get it. I can't quite tell what this guy's deal is.
Yeah.
I mean, he comes off kind of gay, but I don't get the music and it just doesn't resonate with me. And I've tried to listen to it just to see what that was all about. And it's just like, I don't get the shit.
Yeah. Just put it in the same boat as Elvis Costello and Lou Reed and all that other bullshit and The Cure and whatnot, and leave it in the bin that I never will listen to ever.
Right. Morrissey sparked controversy by sporting an anti-Islam pin while appearing on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
Okay. Why are we... No, go ahead. I'm not even going to get into this. Maybe I will once you read the story a little more, but not yet.
The former Smiths frontman sparked a fierce backlash.
Fierce.
3
emails and a 10 Twitter hates.
Yeah. Against both himself and the late night host as he was performing his cover of Joe Briat's Morning Starship for his album called California Sun.
Oh, good. Boy, he's playing all the hits.
For Britain is an anti-Islam group. That's the group For Britain.
For Britain? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what? You're not allowed to be anti-Islam?
No, you're not.
Oh, wasn't aware of that rule.
It was started in 2017 and led by a far-right politician, Anne-Marie Waters.
And she's far-right. Why? Because she's anti-Islam?
Apparently so.
Okay.
Their websites call for an end to Islamization of the UK.
Mm-hmm.
And Waters has described Islam as evil in previous interviews.
Okay.
In an interview with Tremor in 2018, the 59-year-old singer shared that the party gave him hope. I find that the Tory Labour constant switching to be pointless, he said, where Britain has received no media support and has even been dismissed with the usual childish racist accusation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the word racist has any meaning to it anymore other than to say you don't agree with me, so you're racist.
When did Morrissey start hosting the Classic Metal Show?
Exactly. Well, I think a lot of people are moving in that direction.
Yeah, no kidding. But not most of them don't say it.
Well, he's saying it.
Good for him.
Yeah. So that's what racist means today. You don't agree with me, so you're a racist.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
People can be utterly, utterly stupid. Anne-Marie Waters seeks open discussion about all aspects of modern Britain, whereas other parties will not allow diverse opinion. She is like a humane version of Thatcher, if such a concept could be.
Wow.
She is absolute leadership. She doesn't read from a script. She believes in British heritage, freedom of speech, and she wants everyone in the UK to live under the same law, which that's a big problem over there.
Right.
Because they've got the law of the land, and then they got the Muslims or the Islams who move in there and they want to live under Sharia law.
Do they embrace the Sharia law though?
Who, UK?
The British people.
Well, the thing is, from what I understand, and I could be factually incorrect here, but at least the bit that I know about it, there are areas of Islamic areas that they just basically leave to their own devices over there.
All right, so let's do an example here. Let's say that that 17-year-old girl, Islamic girl,
Yes.
shows her kneecap to white boy, and she gets stoned to death for it by her family.
Yes.
You're saying that the British law enforcement wouldn't come in there? They won't go in there and fucking arrest somebody?
There's a high probability that they might turn a blind eye to it.
Jesus, fuck that. Fuck that. Why in the fuck are we bowing down to these people?
Because they're afraid of them.
Why?
Because they're afraid of an uprising.
What, do you think that they're going to uprise and nobody's going to fight back?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that what the fear is?
I think it's the fear of stoking terrorism.
You think?
Yeah, it's just like, let's not poke the dog with a stick or the bear with a stick.
Yeah.
Just leave it alone.
You know, I might not be the smartest tool in the toolbox, but
yeah.
I know this. I could probably rig up an IED too if I needed to. I could figure out a bomb.
Well, again, I don't think anybody wants to go to the extremes of a bomb, at least civilized society.
Well, I get that, but if you have to, you have to.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that, though.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is, if there's only so much shit anybody's going to take.
I agree.
And at some point, you know, it's kind of the laws of war, the laws of military war. When you get over into military war, the way you win is by out-meaning the other guy.
Well,
that's how you win.
Well, I agree with you. I completely agree with you. But let's just go to something that happened here closer to home.
Okay.
Jesse Smollett.
Mm-hmm.
This guy clearly fabricated a crime.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. He fabricated a crime.
Mm-hmm.
He reported a false crime. He's the one who set up the crime. He's the one who perpetrated the whole thing, but yet he was let off.
True.
One of the reasons, I'm a black man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a gay black man at that.
Right.
And if you dare hold me accountable, you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're a bigot, you're a this, you're a that.
So it really just goes back to people are too weak to just fucking blow off a label.
Yeah, more or less. But they're just saying, well, I don't want to be labeled as a homophobe and a racist and a bigot and a this and a that. Let's just let the guy slide.
Yeah. Why? But see, I'm just so stupid. Me and you and I, we have both been labeled as most of those things.
Yeah. And I don't care because I really know where my heart is.
How has that changed your life?
Hasn't.
Not even an ounce, right?
Nope.
Because when you don't give it any weight, it's not real. It's just not real.
Well, but the thing is everybody's worried about public perception.
Mm-hmm. But you're making my point. You got to stop worrying about it.
I agree.
You can't bow down to, well, they want to have Sharia law. Well, I want to have fucking 72 virgins in here sucking my cock every night too. And guess what? I can't just go grab them. That's just the way it goes. You know, I have to kind of not go that route. I have to live with the way the law is. And, you know, I know it's trivial to think this way, but if you don't want to live by the laws of the land and you want to live by laws of some other land, go live in that land.
Well, I agree. But see, here's the dilemma, and I'm not saying this is right. This is my perception.
Mm-hmm.
You got a government, you got the British government.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they were to act out harshly, and I mean, make arrests.
Yeah.
And to the extreme of firebombing the Islamic community,
mm-hmm.
It would be this civilized government oppressed or repressed this Islamic group. Shame on them.
Okay, shame on them.
But if it was the other way around, where the Islamic group lashed out against the UK by doing a firebombing in a public square, as retaliation or something.
Right.
Well, that's to be expected because everyone knows they're terrorists.
But don't you think deep inside, though, that regular, normal people would be like, yeah, fuck them?
Well, I think most people would, but it's a matter of getting your government to also take that stance.
Yeah, and all government guys are just out for power and money.
Yeah,
So.
of course. So they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to upset the apple cart.
Right. How do you think this all ends? And it probably doesn't end in mine in your lifetime, but do you think it ends with a great civil war? Like a great.
I think there will be an uprising that. Well, look what's happening in Venezuela.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody and their brother is just like, well, look, there's an atrocity happening down there. These people are starving to death.
Right.
They're fighting in the streets. There's the government is trying to squelch any kind of coup and overthrow the government, but we're not stepping in there.
Right. Yeah, they're all cowards.
Yes, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
Let them work it out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, if that uprising doesn't teach you that you need to hold on to your guns, nothing will.
Yeah, exactly.
So all those people gave up their guns and now they can't fight. They're throwing fucking rocks at.
Yeah, I know. That's the other thing. I've seen these videos where these people are out in the streets and they're throwing rocks.
Yeah.
And it's just like, really, dude? You're just whipping rocks around out there? What the fuck do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, what is this, 540 AD?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're throwing rocks at tanks.
Yeah, my favorite line of all. Hey, year 11 was great. I long for that time.
Yeah, no shit. It's like, what are you doing? You know, but that should teach people. You better not give up your weaponry quite yet. Because that's what can happen. I'm sure those people, when they said, yeah, we'll give up our weapons, they never thought that they would have to be fucking life or deathing to get a goddamn sandwich.
Dehumanizer release with I, Eddie Trunk's favorite song.
Eddie probably wrote it.
Yeah, he wrote that song. I wrote that song.
And
I told Dio to sing those lyrics.
And I helped produce it.
I'm the one who told him to call it Dehumanizer.
That's right. You know, I thought about Unhumanizer, and then I said, wait a minute. It should be Dehumanizer.
I said,
Ronnie, don't you think you should sing a song about me? And he said, I know what we'll call it. We'll call it Eddie. And I said, no, call it I. Just call it I and keep saying it over and over like I do. I.
Right. or sing it like a dog who's just been beat. I.
Yeah, you do it to make fun of Ozzy. I.
Exactly. All right. What's our favorite state in the nation?
Florida?
The dangling wang of the nation?
That's right.
All right. Gonna love this.
Okay.
A Florida man was arrested after slapping his sleeping girlfriend with a cheeseburger.
He got arrested for this?
Yeah, I think so. What would Jimmy what's his name? The guy from Florida.
Jimmy.
Yeah, the singer guy, guitar, cheeseburger, and
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
What's his famous song? Something about a
cheeseburger in paradise.
Cheeseburger in paradise.
Ugh, terrible song.
Yeah. Well, this guy in Florida, in Stuart, Florida, he was living in paradise.
Yeah.
Police in Stuart, Florida, arrested a man after he allegedly slapped his girlfriend with a cheeseburger while she was sleeping. How do you slap somebody with a cheeseburger?
Do you walk up with her with it palmed in your hand and just belt her with it?
Yeah. Or do you hold it at the very edge of it and wrap it across your face?
Yeah. Watch it breaks off from a piece of bread.
Yeah, here's your cheeseburger, bitch. You slap somebody with a cheeseburger.
How do you get arrested for that? How do you prove that?
I don't know. According to the Martin County Sheriff's Office's post on
Facebook,
Kyle Jamison Jones.
3 names?
3 names. Must have a little black in him.
Must.
30 also allegedly pulled his girlfriend's hair and kicked her down a flight of stairs. Now,
all right.
I don't think he got arrested for slapping her with a cheeseburger. I think it was the kicking her down the stairs that probably cinched it for him.
Yeah, I think that the cheeseburger part might be like a third charge.
Yeah, it was like a precursor to getting her ass kicked and booted down the stairs. Here's the food, bitch. I can see what happened. She's like, I'm hungry. Can't you go get me something to eat? And so the guy goes, oh, fuck it. So he gets up, he gets his clothes on, drives down the street, gets her a burger. He comes back, she's sound asleep.
Yeah.
And he's pissed, like, fucking bitch, I ran out and got you food. Now you're sleeping. Here's your burger, bitch. And he just whaps it at her, right?
Right.
She gets up and it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then it's like, you made me get up and go get you food, and now you're sleeping. And then it gets into some kind of a fisticuffs, and then he kicks her down the stairs.
Bitch.
I could just see this escalating.
Yeah, I don't think the main charge is smacking her with the hammer.
I don't even think that factors in. What do you think?
Not. That might be like the last thing that they tell in the courtroom. And he also embarrassed her by hitting her with a cheeseburger.
No, it's like, I was sleeping on the bed, and he comes in the room, and then he throws this cheeseburger at me and whips me across the face with it. I could just see that.
I know. It's so stupid.
That's what happened, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not. It's not a prank went bad. It's definitely not I'm going to bring this cheeseburger in here and smack her with it. It's not like that. It's definitely she was being a cunt, and he's all pissed off, and he belted her with it because she wasn't sitting around waiting for him to get back with that cheeseburger.
Yeah, she fell asleep.
Yeah, she got tired of waiting.
Police arrived at the scene and said Jones's girlfriend was visibly upset and bruised and had broken arms and legs.
Yeah, think.
However,
it must have been the cheeseburger that did it, not the steps. She broke her legs falling down from getting hit with that fucking patty.
Right. However, investigators said Jones claimed he and his girlfriend only had a verbal dispute.
Yeah, well, I think the fucking cracked legs say different, sir.
He didn't admit to physically assaulting her, the police said. No shit.
Well, what do you think she did? Wrecked her car?
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, you're right, dude. I kicked her down the stairs.
Yeah, maybe the blood spatter that's on the fucking stairwell has something to do with you being arrested for this. There's blood spatter and fucking ketchup all over the wall.
Right. It's unclear what started the alleged fight. I just told you what started it.
Yeah, I think we figured it out.
Jones has been charged with battery and was taken to the Martin County Jail.
Yeah, no kidding. Where they fed him a cheeseburger.
Right. It was cheeseburger in paradise because he was finally in peace and quiet away from that bitch.
Into the cell, parrot head.
Yeah.
It's too funny.
Thought you'd get a little levity out of that one.
Dude, we're the sickest fucks ever. This poor woman's fucking all beaten up and broken apart because of this shit, and we're like totally making fun of her.
Well, I'll tell you the reason why.
Because she's an idiot.
Yeah, because people, not women, but people in general are just dumb.
Yeah, and she's definitely the definition there.
This isn't the first time this guy acted out.
No.
But she was still there.
Yeah, and to be honest, this for the guy on the guy's side, this isn't the first time she acted like a bitch.
True.
Absolutely not. I would say both sides were a bad couple, and this was just waiting to happen.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, look, I hated my ex-wife. at the end, I hated her fucking guts, and she hated my guts. Guess what? Neither one of us hit each other with a car, or fucking threw each other down the steps, or whacked each other with a cheeseburger. It just didn't happen.
Right.
So stupid.
I've never got into a physical altercation with a woman.
I've had it happen. It's not fun, but you know, I told you about the laptop to the head.
Oh yeah.
I've had that happen. So, and of course I wasn't smart enough to say, you know what? Once you get hit in the head with the laptop, might be time to go. Of course I stayed. Instead, I quit the fucking classic metal show for 2.5 years to try and fix that problem.
Right.
Fuck is wrong with me? Dumb shit.
Well, here's something you don't hear about every day.
And that was?
Well, domestic violence, domestic disputes.
Okay.
They're so commonplace. They don't really often make the news, but
Sure.
it was the cheeseburger angle that caught our eye.
Yeah, the fucking writer on that just reaching for a headline.
It's clickbait.
Yeah, of course.